Good morning or good afternoon because it's noon. Morning is gone. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Kimberly Reese Mensah. I'm a wife, a mother, a publicist, and a friend. Won't you join me every Monday for Motivation Mondays as we navigate this crazy life we all live in? See you there. To you. My dog is right here. I look fatter facts. Just because mommy talks like that, I'm talking to my friends. I'm not talking to you. Would you guys like to see him? Can you see the fatter facts? Yes. See, they see you. Anyway, let me fix my camera. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Motivation Monday. Oh my gosh, it is so good to see you guys. I have been gone for a minute. Like 2 weeks again. I think I got it fixed now. Yeah, there we go. Hi. I think I've been gone for 2 weeks this time. Again. And the last 2 weeks that I was gone before, as you guys know, I was sick. I was on bed rest for like 2 weeks. Although I felt fine, I really couldn't go anywhere. It's just a long story. And kind of had to chill out, whatever, and just kind of stay close to home. And now I just got busy. That's what happened. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling better. Things are somewhat back to normal, somewhat. But yeah, so how y'all doing? Everybody good? Everybody fine? Everybody doing good? It's good to see you guys. Listen, it has been a minute. But before we get into it, before we go into it, you know what we do. You know what we do. Bam, Miss Duncan. I got my little sign over here. Let me take it off. There we go. It's Duncan. Now, guys, listen. This is a large mint tea. I cannot do the lattes anymore. My body said no. We're done with the lattes, so I can't do lattes anymore. However, I am drinking a tea, and this tea has coconut milk in it. It has 2 spoons of coconut milk. And I love coconut milk. So the only thing I can do is their teas. Their hot teas, you know, that they have various different flavors, hot teas, and they're refreshers. That's the only thing I can do now. And in refresher, I gotta be careful that I put coconut milk in it as opposed to the other sweetener, because the other sweetener has caffeine in it. So that's why I do decaf. This tea does not have caffeine in it. I mean, it's not decaf. It is caffeinated. However, I'm just sipping it today. I'm not doing a lot of drinking because I can't have caffeine. You know, in large quantities, I should say. You know, I can have like, you know, maybe a pop, a Pepsi, which I don't really drink Pepsis or Coke. I really don't drink those. If we drink anything, we drink maybe a Sprite. But we drink lots of water. So, I constantly buy bottles of water, which is probably not that great, but I buy water. Matter of fact, I got to get a Brita thing. I got to remember to do that. How y'all doing? Everybody's good? Let me take a quick drink. And we're going to get into it, okay? Clear my throat. Let's talk about legacy, okay? Give you guys a backstory. As you guys know, I always give you a story. I always talk about something that is dear to my heart. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Whoever, those of you who have come in, I can't see you, but hi. So my sister, a dear friend of mine, she was my sister. You know how you have people in your life that they're more than just a friend. And me and this woman, gosh, we've raised our kids together. We have fought with each other, on issues, and we voted together. We have had illnesses together. We have, you know, had preemies together. I mean, it's just, we've done so much. We worshiped together. We sang together. We prayed together. We ate together. We danced together. I mean, oh gosh, so many stories of her just being there and me being with her. And hi, India. How are you, sis? How you doing? Oh my gosh, India. How you doing? Good to see you. So let's talk about this for a minute. Let's talk about, and I'm going to talk about Black women in leadership for just a second, in a minute. But I want to talk about her legacy. And I just got back from Atlanta, Georgia, spending time with her wonderful husband, Rashid, her awesome kids, Amari, Lydia, Aaron, Stephen, and Nathan. I love them all. And awesome family. My brother is awesome. My sister is so missed. And she was such a wonderful woman. And what is your legacy? What legacy are you leaving behind? What does your footprint look like? So this woman had so much that she had done. She was a Delta, so she had lots of sisters from her sorority. She was a great family woman. She was a avid advocate for others, and she worked tirelessly in the area of civil service. Making sure you voted, making sure, she was the little feisty little 4'11", feisty little thing, bossy, and was wonderful. And I'm going to miss her dearly. And we were going to get together. Her and her family were moving to another city from where they are, and her husband was transferring, and we were going to meet there. She lived here for many years, and then they moved to another city, and so we would talk, when we got a chance to, and then when she would come back here, we would, have a chance to connect. And my heart just hurts for her. But I'm just so happy when her husband and I, that's my brother, and we were, he was with her when she went on. So that was a blessing and a gift for him. But what legacy are you leaving? This woman had such a great response of people who came to this funeral and celebrated her for days. They had 3 days worth of celebration. And, the Omegas and the Deltas, they had their event, and then, their service, and there was the regular, service, whatever. And then there was this family there. It was just awesome. And everyone had great things to say about her. Everyone. So, my question to you is, what are you doing? What are you doing to leave a legacy for your family? What are you doing in the earth? What are you doing? One thing that I've asked God to do is I've asked the Most High to give me direction. And one thing that I'm very excited about is I've had several nonprofits through the years, and I give back that way. And that's been my focus. Some people do multiple things. My focus is autism and helping women to do better and to thrive and to support them, especially widows, women who have lost their husbands, who are raising children alone. So that's been my focus. And I've been giving back in that way for years, and I'll continue to do that. But what are you doing? What are you doing to impact this earth? So for today's Motivation Monday, I want to implore you to do something to leave your footprint behind. Okay? Leave a legacy for your children. Leave a legacy for your community. Leave a legacy for the people who you love. Hey, Jessie Bear, how are you, Jessica? Leave a legacy. Do something, right? To impact this earth before you leave here. Because, what are we going to do, right? So I want to implore you to that. That is the first tidbit of a Motivation Monday. I want to motivate you to do something great in this earth. Remove yourself. We decrease so that God, the Most High, increases in our life so that we can do things for others. You know that God loves the poor? God is closer to the poor than he is to those who are rich. Did you know that? That's in the Word. That's not nothing I made up. Okay, so it's the things that we do for the less fortunate, but I had to use that word because they're sometimes more fortunate and richer than we are. So that's why we have the nonprofit, Reese Spencer Foundation, ReeseSpencerFoundation.org. Please go to our website, see about that. So do something in this earth to leave an impact on your legacy and the people behind you, your children and your family, right? Let's move on to the other subject. Before we do that, I got to take a sip because it's Monday, and y'all know I don't hold anything back. Let's talk about Stacey Abrams. Let's talk about Georgia. Let's talk about the fact that so many people of a particular demographic voted against her. I'm not going to go there. You guys go look at the stats. You can see yourself. Yet so many people did come out and vote, right? Why don't we want to see Black women in leadership? So let's talk about the Black woman for just a second. As a Black woman, I can do that. Let's talk about that. And let me say this. I have some wonderful people in my life who are non-Black, right? Who are what I call allies, who support me and support the efforts that I do, and also are social activists who support what's right and what's wrong, right? So I'm very thankful to have those people in my life, both men and women. And I'm going to specifically say white women, right? I have lots of white women in my life who care about me, who love me, and who are, a lot of them are Christian and some aren't. Some are Jewish, some are, you know, of other ethnic groups and backgrounds and belief systems. However, why is it that we don't want to see Black women in leadership? What are we afraid of? So the question was raised, and I'm going to show, if you follow me on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. But if you follow me on YouTube or, you know, specific YouTube, you'll see this rebroadcast, and you'll see I'm going to post some clips of white women talking about why certain women do not vote for Black women. And
I just want to add one thing to that video last night. You saw how many white women voted for Trump, and you saw how many white women voted against Stacey Abrams. White women were never going to vote for Stacey Abrams. White women don't want a Black woman over them, upsetting the hierarchy of supremacy. But even more than that, white women are scared of Black women. We fear them. And the reason we fear them is because we know that they are free. We know that they are strong. We know that they are much better than us when it comes to supporting each other and being authentic and being real and speaking their truth.
What the issue is and what that is. I want to know what your reasoning, or what is your observation or your opinion about it. What is it about it? Well, let me say this. Now, from a Black woman's perspective, Black women are probably the most non-celebrated, bottom of the totem pole, non-respected women on this earth. We are, as far as specific race, which is sad. So here's the deal. Black women have had to be strong. There's a reason that we've had to be strong. We've had to be strong because we have had to be available for everyone. We have to be available for our spouses. We have to be available for our children. We have to be available for our family. We have to be available for the community. We have to be available for a lot of people. Now let's go back deeper in history. Black women have helped build this land. Black women have helped build and have nurtured this country. I'm speaking of America right now, okay? We have helped nurture this country. Let's talk about back in the day, okay? Let's talk about slavery. Let's talk about what the Black woman's role was. The Black women cooked. The Black women reared the children. Black women nursed the babies of their masters. And Black women were used for sexual, for sexual preference. It is what it is. So we served many roles, right? And so it's not uncommon. Now let's go back past slavery. So back past slavery, let's talk about Africa. Let me say this. Black history does not begin with slavery. Let's remember that, okay? So let's go back to Africa, right? Now, if you've never been, you should go. African women are the hardest working women I have ever seen in my life. And I will always say that. African women are the hardest working women that I have ever seen. I will never take that back. And I'm going to tell you why. These women, okay, will, especially those who are vendors. Let's talk about the vendors for a minute. Let's not talk about the shop owners. Let's talk about the teachers. Let's talk about the seamstresses. Let's not talk about those ladies. Let's talk about the vendors, okay? The vendors alone will take their items, whatever they're selling, and put it on their head, right? Now, they have kids. Some have babies. So they will strap that baby on their back, sometimes on the front, depending on where, what part of Africa it is, and also what they're doing. They will strap those babies onto their bodies, put that thing on their head, have their money in their pocket, and they will walk up and down the street and in between cars and sell their goods for hours. From the minute that rooster crows, before the rooster crows, to until it gets dark, they're out there doing that. Okay? That's just one aspect of what black women do in Africa, right? And there's the shop owners from sunup to sundown. There's the farmers, the women who farm the land, okay, and nurse their babies, and teach their babies, and do their babies' hair, and take care of their husbands. Listen here. The reason that a lot of people are intimidated by black women is because of our strength, right? I will take none of this back. I don't care who you are in my life. I don't care if you're on my timeline. I don't care if you follow me here. I don't care if you follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, or TikTok, wherever you follow me. I will not take it back, right? Because black women have had to be strong for many years, right? So let's bring it up to current day. Let's take it back maybe 20 years, 25, 30 years ago, right? Okay, so let's take it back even farther than that. Let's take it 50 years ago, right? So we're in the civil rights era at that point, right? So our husbands are being beaten, and then prior to that, they're being hung. So we have to worry about whether our husband's gonna make it home from work and not get killed or lynched at that point. And we have to go clean homes because we can't get regular jobs unless you're educated. Even the educated women could not get a good job, right? So you had to go clean homes. You had to go and take care of babies. You had to do all that and be a cook, right, in somebody else's house or in a restaurant or whatever the case may be, in the back of the building, right? And then come home and still rear your children and still take care of your husband and still give him what he needs, right? This is what we have dealt with for years, okay? So I'm going to give you an example. I was in a situation where I know that there was, this was a while ago, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I had forgot that I was a black woman for a minute. I forgot. And I realized that I intimidated this man from another culture. He was not white, he was another culture, because of my blackness and because of me being a black woman. And I intimidated him. And I guess I'm around such diverse people. I live in a very diverse neighborhood. My kids go to predominantly white schools. Where I worship is predominantly white. I guess I sometimes forget about the outside. In my surrounding community, I feel very protected. But on the outside, it's a different situation, right? So black women sometimes are we are stereotyped, right? We are misrepresented in that we have been told that, oh, you're too confrontational or you're too powerful. I will never forget, I was in a group, I'm doing a study with a group of people. And the first thing I had said something about, I made a comment, and another woman that's in the group said, yeah, you're probably feisty, you're probably this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. She automatically assumed I was a certain way because of what I was telling her about this situation, because of my blackness. That's really what it was. It wasn't about me being a woman, it was about me being a black woman. So the unfortunate thing is, being a black woman in a lot of cases in this day and age and in America is not the best thing. It's as if we have to continue to prove ourselves, continue to say, okay, well, I'm okay. I really am. You can come and talk to me. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to offend you with my words. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to attack you. Now, unfortunately, the media has not made us look that great. Unfortunately, and there are some women out there who are doing things that are just absolutely ratchet, and they are, and they should be ashamed of themselves. But it is not a representation of all of us, right? So why is it that other people and other women don't want black women in leadership? Because of intimidation, because of our strength. That's a good thing. Baby, listen, you better have a black woman in your pocket. You better have a black woman who's your friend. You better have a black woman who's close to you and in your circle. You better, because we are very, very, very dedicated. We will have your back. We love ourselves. We love our bodies. We love who we are. We're very positive. We're confident. Why not have someone like that around you? And a lot of my friends will say the same thing. And these are my white female friends. Demita just said, Demita Joe, hi Demita. Strength is our portion for thousands of years. So true. Oh my gosh. So true, honey. So true. Hello, DeWitt. How are you? Welcome to my live. So why do you think that there is such an issue with people wanting people of color, specifically women of color, in leadership? What is that? Hey, Jessica. Jessica says they don't want us there because they know we will succeed. See, that's really what it is. And the unfortunate thing, there again, I wish that some of my white sisters would come on here on this live. They're working. They would tell you, those who support me and who love me and who are to tell the truth will say, listen, it's about white privilege. In most cases, it's also about the hierarchy. So what happens is when you see women of color in leadership, it messes up the whole supremacy. It messes up that whole thing. It just dilutes the whole system, what we are used to being in. It's a new day, people. It's a new day. That past stuff, that whole hierarchy of supremacy and privilege is out the door. Look at me for who I am. I am a woman first. I'm a woman of God. The Most High has called me. Okay? But I'm also very intelligent. I can manage things. I can coordinate things. I'm multifaceted with gifts. And most black women that I know are the same way, right? And those white women and white men who know this connect with us. They love us and they support us. And that is who you should have in your circle, right? Now, I'm going to speak to those who are on my page or who follow me. And you're maybe white, you might be Hispanic, you might be Latina, you might be Indian. I have lots of Indian sisters. I have lots of people of different cultures. We need you to support the black woman. This is, after what happened with Stacey Abrams, I realized that there needs to be a movement. And the movement is, if you do indeed support black women, say something. Say, I support black women. I love black women. I support black women. So I actually have a campaign that we are starting, and we're going to make this thing go viral about, you will post, I support black women. We've got frames being made. Oh yeah, this is all done. This is all being done as we speak. There are frames being made for your Facebook page. There are memes being made. There are cover pages being made. We are working on it. Okay. Me and one other person, the creative person that I've been working with, we're doing it because we need to know that you have our back. But we also need to know that you trust us and you love us enough to know that if you put us in your care, give us a role to play, that you know that we're going to fulfill it and we're going to take care of that we're going to own it and we're going to nurture it and we're going to love that thing and we're going to represent well. Okay. Damita just said the problem with having us in leadership is we know how to lead with strength and follow with positivity and humility, knowing who we are. Absolutely. See, that's the key. I have one of my friends who our kids grew up together in the school district, and we every morning we would take our tea or cup of coffee, and we would wait by the bus stop while the kids get on the bus. The kids get on the bus, and we would stand outside for an hour just chatting, or 2 hours in front of our houses, just sitting there chatting, and then we go and get our day started. It was like textbook. We did this every day. And then our kids grew up and and left the house. But one thing that she always said, she says, Kim, she told me, she says, one thing I admire about you. She said, even with your weight and your size, she says, you are so confident about yourself. She says, I love that about black women. Black women are extremely confident. And I think that it's about taking ownership of who we are. If you have been beat down so much that someone's talked about your weight, or you didn't get picked because you were heavy, or you were teased in school, or maybe you got passed over for that promotion because you weren't skinny. You know, there comes a point where you say enough is enough. And I think a lot of times black women say that, like enough is enough. Yeah, or now here's a whole nother thing I'm about to make y'all mad. Hold on, let me take a sip. I'm about to make y'all mad. One other situation that occurs is why black women have to be so confident. Hey, Lisa Titus. Hi, how you doing, sis? One of the women, the reason that black women have to be so confident, because unfortunately, our black men will go to other races sometimes and not us. Now, I work with athletes. I've worked with athletes for many years, and this is the norm. It's kind of sad. Like the person that gave you birth was a black woman, but you don't love yourself enough to allow yourself to be with a black woman. You have to go out because you're making money now. You think that status means, oh, I can get anything I want or anybody I want, so I'm just going to leave the black woman. And guess what? They end up coming back to us anyway. I mean, it's sad. They do. They end up coming back to us. So that is a whole nother situation too. But that is why we have had to be so confident. So when my white girlfriend, she says, you know, Kim, she said, I am so she said it's encouraging to see how black women love on themselves and are so confident about themselves. You know, that had to come from us. And we've had to build ourselves up because we don't get it otherwise. Again, as I said, like I said, one of my sisters is watching here. I have white women. I have white men. I have Indian sisters. I have Indian men. I have Hispanic men, and who all encourage me, who love me, who support me, right? I have that. Not everybody has that, but I do have that. And they will stand up with me and say, what's right, what's wrong, and they'll support me, right? It does not happen all the time. And it's unfortunate that it happens like it does. It's unfortunate. However, that's why we've had to speak to ourselves. We've had to love on ourselves. We have to tell. That's why the hashtag Black Girl Magic came around. Because if the media does not support black women, if the country spoke, well, Georgia spoke in volumes that they do not think that Stacey Abrams could be the governor of Georgia. As intelligent, as gifted as this woman is, I don't know anybody else. Let's remove her race. Let's remove her race for a second. Let's remove the fact that she's a black woman. She is a woman who is gifted and intelligent and smart. What was it? Other than you just didn't want to see her in there. That's the only thing. We've got to come to the point to where we as a people together have to start looking past race, color, ethnic background, and embrace the culture of it all. We've got to get to that point. So I am a part of a group, and I think I said this before, it's called Multi-Ethnic Conversations through Montgomery Community Church. And when I tell you it's a great study, oh my gosh, it's a great conversation. And it's made up of white men, black men, black women, white women, there's a Jewish woman, and then I think one of the brothers, no, he's German. Actually, he's German. No, he's not. We're missing the Hispanic and we're missing the Asian piece. But I'm going to tell you that this conversation, hey, Tara's another one. Tara is a supporter. Tara is an ally. Tara will stand up and say what's right when it comes to this whole situation with race and race relations in America and how we are so off, right? So Stacey Abrams, getting back to her, Stacey Abrams is a intelligent, gifted, determined, tenacious, driven woman. I would love to serve under her. I would love to have her as my leader. What's the problem? What's the difference? Because we are still seeing color. We are still seeing color. We can't get past certain things. When are we going to get past that? And I will tell you this, it's going to take the church, body, those at mosques, those at the Catholic Church, in the Baptist Church, in the Christian Church, in the Jehovah's Witnesses, the everybody, the church, the followers of God. It's going to take it to start there. You know why? Because guess what? Do you know on Sunday is the most segregated day of the year, of the week. Because we have people over here, we have white people over here, we have black people over here, we have Asian people over here, we have Hispanic people over here, and we're doing our own thing separately and we're not coming together. So, yes, Tara says, I love Stacey. She's an amazing person and leader. She is. Awesome. Why not support her? Why not let her lead? This woman is phenomenal. Now, I believe she has a calling, and I believe her calling will be continuing to get people to vote, to register, and to be civil servants. I believe that is her role, right? So, on 2 days, Motivation Monday, I'm going to leave this with you guys. We've already talked about one subject, about leaving your legacy. Don't forget about, you've got to leave a legacy. As I said before, you know, I buried my sister this weekend, and it was so sorrowful, but it was a joy to see how she left such an impact on this world. What are you doing to do that? And second, support a black woman. If you have a black woman in your life, like I said, I'm going to share the hashtag. I'm going to share the frame, and we're going to share the meme. I support a black woman. You know why? Because it's time. It is our year. It is our year for people, non-people of color, white women, black women, black men, Asian men, Asian women, Hispanic men, Hispanic women, to step up and say, we support black women. It's time. I think we've done it. I think we've done a lot in this earth. I think we have done a lot from where we come from historically and ethnically to coming to America and being here and serving and working and all the things that we did here, that we're doing and we've done, our ancestors have done. I think it's time for black women. We've worn many hats. We've done many things. And I think it's time for us to support black women. If you support black women, you love me, I need you to like this post. I want you to share this live and follow me on YouTube and share my YouTube channel, because I'm going to re-air this on my YouTube channel. But yes, absolutely. Tara is saying she's a rock star for Georgia, and surprised that face, it wasn't neck and neck. Right. Absolutely. The race. Yes. Tanisha was a rock star too. She absolutely was. It's time for everyone to go that. I agree. Thank you, Tara. And Tara, I know you got me. I know you got me. Black women, get it done. You know, we do. And again, because we have to wear many hats. We've worn many hats for many years. We've been a good friend, a best friend. We've supported our families. We support our children. We go work tirelessly in hours and got to come home, and we got to protect our black men, make sure they're okay when they're out there. And when they do get locked up, we take care of them when they're locked up. We make sure they're okay. I mean, we've done it for many years. And again, speaking of our ancestors, what our ancestors women did, and all the work they had to do, and how they nursed other women's babies and took care of other women's babies and nurtured those children as well as their own children. If you haven't seen the movie The Help, look at the movie The Help. That's another example. So support black women, leave a legacy, and support black women. Okay? All right, Reese's Pieces. With that being said, I'm going to let you go. Have an awesome rest of your day. Have an awesome rest of your week. Don't forget, leave a legacy and thank and love a black woman. All right. And before I leave, I need to say, she says, Tara says, I have so many strong black women in my life. And as a friend, sister, and ally, I lift them up. We have to. Yes, we need you, Tara. We need women like you. We need to have that. And this is our year. And I'm just going to say, this is November. From November to November, I'm telling you, I'm on a mission for the next year to get people to support black women and let us know that you support us and that you love us. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an awesome rest of your week. And I will see you next time. Okay. All right, guys. Bye-bye.